Look at the little squirrel. He's over here trying to watch me. Well, I'm going to be talking about Morphe. Come on, squirrel. Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. Now, this is what the box looked like. I picked it up at my local Ulta on the 31st of January. This is when it launched. And then it's going to be launching on February 16th, Morphe stores, Morphe online. Now, my local Ulta, on the actual display, this is what the display looks like. They have the sample packs right here, and it has a couple of the shades here to try out. So the shade that I match myself to in the store is this one right here, Filter Rich 26, and that is the one that I picked out. So this is what the bottle looks like. Nice and sleek, and then it has the pump, which I appreciate. The Filter Effect foundation is available in 40 shades. I'm just going to be reading here on my notes. It states it's a natural finish. The coverage is medium to full. It's best for all skin types. It's an oil-free skincare infused foundation that delivers a natural finish for healthy looking skin. I also forgot to mention this, that this is marketed as a buildable coverage. It's sweat-proof, waterproof, transfer proof, free of oils, parabens, and alcohol, I believe. So again, lots of claims to this formula. Foundation is close to being 1 fluid ounce. It's 0.94, and it retails for $20. Now, also on Ulta's website and in the stores, they're offering their brush here. I think it's already part of their collection. It states E63 foundation brush. This retails for $16. Ulta is giving this to us for free. On day one, I didn't have any primer or whatnot, just regular skin prep. So Rich 26 was fine on my skin. It blended into my skin. This is a great shade for me. I was fortunate to find a good match, and it didn't change as far as the tone. I didn't have any type of skin irritations. It didn't feel heavy on the skin. That's another thing. I really want to feel the texture as well. I did use one full pump, and the texture of it has that medium, I would say medium thin texture. It's not thick like a lotion type, but it is a little bit thicker than anything that would be like, let's say, runny. The biggest takeaway from day one was that it looked dry and settled into the smile lines and in this general region right here, like the chin and the mouth area, but it wasn't dry anywhere else. Now, I have normal to dry skin, so I am thinking, keeping that in mind. But also, I wasn't being so hard on it on day one because I just didn't really, prep it the way that I would before makeup. So I'm giving it a little bit of a leeway for day one. I have a headache, so I got to remind myself not to be vicious. Anyone else like that? Like you just want to when you have a headache. Okay, so the only thing I'm still noticing about this Morphe foundation is it's still settling in my smile lines. Okay, that's the first thing I noticed. I also noticed I do not like this blush. That's probably going in my declutter bin. I'm over it. So yes, it's just settling, but everything else still looks the same. Here's my check-in after working out, and you're gonna see me sweating. And I did first, I dabbed off with a paper towel just to see how much transferred. And it did transfer, and it also has transferred on my towel. So the foundation isn't transfer proof yet as far as the claim, because day one, I didn't even use the setting spray. So when I wear it tomorrow, we will see how it looks. For day two, all the way up through day 4, then I'm using it the way I normally would use it in my everyday makeup routine, using my prep products, moisture lotion, creams, radiant dewy products, changing it around again to see how it's going to react to those different products. And again, the biggest takeaway from day 2 through day 4 is it's the same appearance. I'm still seeing it settle and look dry in the smile lines, and I'm seeing it look dry in this region and the mouth area. Whether I use this specific brush with the foundation or I use the Beauty Blender here, which is what I use today, overall I feel I'm getting the same appearance on my skin. It is looking like a natural appearance. Quick note, this brush also works amazing as a contour brush. It's just the way that it's this angle that it looks. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that. Blends perfect. So I'm going to actually purchase another one before they leave Ulta and use it specifically just for contour. I did not see any difference in any type of pore blurring properties on my skin, either with a brush or a sponge with this particular foundation. If I use a pore specific product, the primer, I could actually see it on my skin, but I was not seeing it with this foundation. I just feel that that is just this typical toss-in term that seems to just be a catch-all for all these brands, especially when it comes to foundation. They just kind of throw that in. But in my experience, I did not see anything different. This foundation will give you that natural appearance on the skin, but the buildable coverage to, let's say, that medium, true medium to full coverage, that I did not see. I do not agree with that claim. Reason being is with a full pump using not only this brush, I also am using these brushes that are densely packed, and I also will help putting it into two areas on my face that still have that dark spots that are fading. So I have just those two. I can use, and I have products that will, once I just put it on that region, they're not fresh marks, but I put it in that region, you know, boom, it's covered. So that's how I can test the claim that something is going to be full coverage or that true medium. If I can, by the second layer, start really buffing it in and it's going to cover it. I had to do 4 layers to even get it to where it was covering those 2 regions on my face. I'll try and do a close-up to show you. I have a sprinkling of freckles here and there, and I can still see them through the foundation. So if you're going to try and get to a full coverage, you are going to be using pumps of building it up to cover, or the imperfection needs to be quite minor, in which, again, after 4 little layers right here in these 2 regions, to actually see it cover. And for the long wear, sweat proof, transfer proof, that's why I wanted to try it with like working out with it on. How would it last? Go outside, you know, running my errands with my mask on and see how much it would transfer. It transferred a lot on my mask, a lot. And I used Urban Decay's all-nighter setting spray. When you're talking about transfer, when you're talking about sweat, you know, those are big claims, big claims. And you also have to think about, well, some people might not set it with the setting spray, and others may not even set it with a powder. So I think the brands need to kind of keep that in mind and think about that when they are trying to develop a formula that's supposed to be truly budge proof. But in this case, with the filter effect, I personally don't feel that it is. Looking at the ingredients as well, you know, again, they said it's a luxury formula made in Italy. I noticed that there's 4 different types of dimethicone, the silicone, in this formula. And then I also noticed talc was way up in the list. The dimethicones are up there as well. I'm not a chemist or any of that, but with all these different types of dimethicone and silicones in here, you know, that ingredient is giving that silky feeling. It's giving that texture, you know, again, playing onto our senses. But I also feel that could be a good reason why this foundation is just too drying. Would I recommend Morphe's Filter Foundation? No, based on my experience on its actual claims that it's marketed. Nothing for the pores, nothing for the blurring, certainly not full coverage foundation, or you're going to be using a lot of this product to even creep into that full coverage realm. What else here? No for the sweat proof and the waterproof and the transfer proof. No on that. Now it is your turn. What do you feel about this foundation based on what you've seen online, researched, and so forth? Is this going to be a product you plan on picking up? Let me know down in the comments. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and watching. It is greatly appreciated. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. Look out for yourself. Look out for one another. And I will see you very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.